That's my boy! Wimp.
I don't know why, but something is wrong.
Rule Britannia!
The TV is crazy and the truth has gone. I might be crazy, but I think we're done. There are people out there who are adverse to fun.
Communism is king.
It's on your news. Even your neighbor has been here. You can see it on YouTube. It's time to shine a light. On all the things they don't want you. Tom Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom Generation Next.
Commander Worf, don't be a cunt.
I'm having such a good time.
Kill everyone on the bridge.
Having a ball.
Fuck you, Mr. Rascal.
My name is Owen Jones, a renowned drama queen, pseudo-intellectual and champagne socialist.
That's for B4.
What can I do? People know the truth.
Shut the fuck up.
What's true? That's why we gotta shine a light. Shine a light, shine a light. We gotta shine a light. Oh, yeah. Together forever. Yeah. Tom Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom Generation Next. Yeah. Tom Generation Next. The Monarchy channel. Zero news to now. Tom Generation Next. It's gonna shine a light. Generation X.
Hello everybody, I'm Tom Fury, this is Zero News. Did my channel try and go live a minute ago, or did you see nothing? Because I tried to go live on the other app and it was fine the first time. This time, I have no idea what happened. But it went to bollocks. So I'd be curious to see if you saw anything go live or not, literally just before this one. It is feeling like February. That brief bit of summer we had has really messed up my system, because now it feels like February again and I'm not enjoying it. Not enjoying it at all. Just want to say thanks to my mate Vin for helping get me out here. Been a bit of a morning. It's been a bit of a morning. But I with Paul Thorpe, I don't want to stick on it for ages. I think he's had enough attention for 1 week. I just wanted to point out that once again, people blame Vindicator, me, other people. Once again, Paul Thorpe has gone to Vindicator's channel. Yeah, and this is what a lot of people aren't aware of. Once again, Vindicator's done a video, not about him, and he's gone on and challenged him to a debate again. And he already knows that Vindicator doesn't want to speak to him. And he knows why Vindicator doesn't want to speak to him. And that's that Vindicator doesn't believe he can have a conversation in good faith with Paul Thorpe. What's the point? You've got to be prepared to change your mind. So he just, you know, these people that had this person come on my channel the other day saying that when I said that he's been on my channel at least 4 times that I can trace, and you know, some people say more, where he's attacked my subscribers, he's done all this stuff, and I'm not going to repeat myself. I've told you it all before, but for those who don't know, even when I was at 300, he was coming on and attacking subscribers, and he was attacking me at first, but when I did slightly more favourable videos, when he was the better of the two, when Richard kicked off, he realised there wasn't much to have a go at me about, so he started arguing with my subscribers. And again, a 300,000 channel arguing with at that point subscriber base of 600, it had grown to 600, unheard of. But it's fine, like, it didn't bother me, and still doesn't. I'm just letting you know the norms. So again, you know, 300,000 channel reaching down the bins and keep desperately trying to get him in for an interview, for a debate. So I have answered his post. I just want this out there in the open so it's transparent that he's doing this, even though I've had people on my channel come over, attack me and say, oh no, he's never done that to you. I don't believe you. I don't believe he's come to your channel. Babs will tell you he has, because she was one of the people that he attacked. A lot of people can tell you that he's been to my channel. But these people, no, I refuse to believe he's been to your channel. He's never mentioned you. Why would he come? And they are doing it under threat. One of them, called Lindford, who likes to make threats, who I actually think might be a woman, but I don't know, but likes to make threats, and likes to fanboy about thorpe. They're not doing him any favours. I don't know if he knows about them or not, but they're not doing him any favours, because these people are inciting violence. So, all I've said to Paul, I wasn't rude, I wasn't taking lumps out of him. All I said was my seventh attempt to speak to you is still open. I can't remember verbatim yet, and I said, you've been to my channel, you've attacked me, you've attacked my subscribers. I said, and you've kept saying nobody will talk to you. I've offered you 7 times now. That offer has never been closed. I haven't even offered a debate. I've just offered a discussion. Maybe we do have some common ground. Maybe we don't. But the point was, and I said, why keep trying to get people to come on who don't want to spend time with you? You've got someone here who you've argued against. He has. You pretend not to know who I am when it suits, and yet we both work for the same person, so you definitely know who I am. You've been to my channel multiple times, so you definitely know who I am, and you've reacted to me in your videos, so you definitely know who I am. So why put up the pretense? I'll tell you why, and what I put in the post was, or is it that you don't want to come on my channel because I've got no subscribers to siphon? I'm not the hot property in town, and Vin is. So I said, is that the reason why you will come to my channel and do all these things, but don't want to speak to me? Because let's face it, I don't believe he's scared. I don't believe that he thinks he's going to be outgunned. So what other reasons are there? Doesn't consider me important enough? That's fine, but I'm important enough to come and troll. So he obviously does. So again, I just want it out in the open. He made another challenge. I wouldn't be bringing this up if he didn't. He made another challenge to an unwilling person, and a willing person, who he is also mouthed off to, is standing here now saying, I'm ready when you want to go. And I'm not even offering a debate. I'm offering a conversation, a little bit more civilised. But it'll get ignored. It'll get ignored. Because I don't have the subscribers to siphon and the buzz around me yet, although there is buzz growing. But what I mean is, where Vin's at, it's hard to explain unless you've been a creator, but he's at a very crucial stage in his growth at the moment, and everybody knows it, which is why they're all panicking, because it is a crucial stage in his growth. If he carries on the way he's going to break out, is my point. So, and people know it, you can see it. I've been there before, and so have other people, so they're, you know, so they keep going at him to siphon and maybe even get him on side. And that would be more my thinking here, is to get him on side, because he's going to be a force. He already is. Let's face it. He already is, with 9,000 odd subscribers. Imagine what happens if Vin gets to 100,000 subscribers. Do you think someone like, and I just use Paul for an example here, but do you think Paul Thorpe or anybody with 300,000 subscribers is going to pose the same threat? Not a chance. They can be eclipsed even at that number if Vin goes the way he's going. So again, full transparency, I wouldn't have said anything to him if he hadn't come and make another challenge to an unwilling participant, and then he'll go to his page or his videos and say, everybody's scared to debate me. And again, that frustrates me simply because, for one simple reason, it's not true. It's just not true. What he means is the people he's hand-picked. The people he's hand-picked. Or the people he's jumped on their stream whilst they're in the middle of interviewing somebody else, or in the middle of broadcasting. And he says, oh, I demand to come on now. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are? But, in fairness, I don't think Paul actually thinks he's that important. He jumps on the stream like that because it's a shock tactic. No one's going to let you on their stream, or not no one, very few people are going to let you on their stream when you're in the middle of your own. Yeah, when your mind's in the middle of it, nobody's going to just go, unless Jupiter might, I tell you what, I'll give her credit, Jupiter might, but most people aren't going to drop what they're doing just to let you come in. And why should they? And why should they? But just so you know, people that absolutely have no interest in talking to him, but are the fastest growing channels, are getting the most traffic, and more importantly, are getting spoken about the most. And it's the word of mouth that does the most damage, or the most good to people in this movement. This is what they're truly afraid of. And do you know what saddens me about it is the fake victories claimed. You know, it's like Paul Thorpe could have a conversation with me. No matter how it comes out, he's backed up his word then. He could at least make the claim, I've spoken to anybody who's willing to speak to me. Fair claim then. What could I say to that? What could I say to that? Nothing. It's got me by the bollocks then. It's got me by the bollocks. I could have to shut up about that particular line of inquiry, wouldn't I? Because I'd be like, well, he did come on my channel and he did, you know? I know a lot of people look at it as a subscriber grab. You only want him on for a subscriber grab. Well, if I'm such a terrible person, and I'm so evil and I'm so wrong, that won't happen, will it? Because everybody will see me as a raging racist and they won't want to subscribe. So how does that make sense? How does that make sense? If he's so right and I'm so wrong, why would anybody want to subscribe to my channel? So how is it a subscriber grab? I might get some extra views for a day, big deal. Viewers of people who hate me. So, but what I'll tell you is a subscriber grab is small channels will go to big channels to get numbers, it's true. But big channels also, when they're in trouble, will go for the hottest properties, the most exciting channels, the ones that are doing the best. Especially when you look at Vins. Vins is not high technical production. Doesn't need to be, because the content's there. And that's more scary than ever, because all these people are getting high, they're going and getting the videos done. You don't honestly think Paul Thorpe makes his own videos, right? Gets it done up, polished up and tied up and whatever else. And even with all these extra little propaganda tricks, it's not worked. It's not worked. People aren't prepared to throw Vin under the bus or whatever. So, as I said, it's not even a hate thing coming from me. It's just purely, please stop making these remarks that no one will speak to you. And what you really mean is no one with a subscriber base that you want to steal from will speak to you. There's nothing wrong with content grifting. There's nothing wrong with what they used to call, there's a name for it. You go to different channels and you grab subscribers from it just by being there. There's a name for it. Harvesting. Harvesting. Nothing wrong with harvesting, Paul. We both know that. It's part of how YouTube works. Just admit it. Just admit that's what you're doing, and there's no problem, is there? But you're harvesting with Vin. You're harvesting with Dino. You're harvesting with these people. And that's why you're pretending, that's why you're ignoring me. Because what's in it for you? What's in it for you? I've got 800 odd subscribers. You come out of that conversation and win, big deal. You come out of that conversation looking like a cunt, very big deal. That would be a big deal. So what's in it for you? Nothing. Nothing. No subscribers, no extra interest, nothing. And that's why we're in the position we're in. And again, that is fine. I get it. I don't blame him for that. That's YouTube mechanics. Why would you enter something where it's not mutually beneficial? But just stop saying that everybody's scared to talk to you, that's all. Just stop lying. Just stop lying. That's it. Just stop fucking lying. And stop sending your goons out to come and threaten, like you, was it fucking Lyndon or whatever his fucking name is, to come out and threaten, her name, whatever, to come out and threaten, and these other people that come out and literally, someone was prepared to die on a hill yesterday. He's never been to your channel. Well, he has, and it's provable. He's not deleted his comments. Listen to this mentality. I refuse to believe it. And then ask for evidence. Well, if you've already refused to believe it, what's the point of providing evidence? You've just said you refuse to believe it. That's it. I refuse to believe it. Regardless of facts, regardless of motives, regardless of anything else, I refuse. Fucking lefty mind, yeah? Far left mind, that is. And this is what happens when you get... trouble is, sometimes this is what happens when you give people a blue spanner on certain channels. They think they are part of the production. They're not. They're not. I don't mean that towards my modernism. I'm talking about on these big channels. They're not. They're not the stars. They are there to moderate the chat. And people tend to forget that. And they think that their job... Somebody puts it in their head. Somebody puts it in their head that their job is to go out and maraud other channels that are, in some cases, about 3,000 times smaller than the channel that they're on, where they're perfectly safe. So, yeah. So I wanted to be transparent about it. I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm not trying to hate on Thorpe, your favourites. I'm not talking about you guys, but these people that get all upset. But at the end of the day, he's been King Kong cunt by lying, and I don't like the lying. He knows perfectly well he's been challenged by me. I say challenged, that's not true. I take that back. Invited by me to a civilised conversation. So that's it. Just stop the bullshit. That's all. That's all I ask for. Stop saying you will sit down with anyone. Well, what you really mean is you will sit down with people with the appropriate subscriber base and interest. Big difference. And I'm not a small channel punching above my weight. I'm a guy who's been here before. Paul Thorpe knows exactly who I am, because I've been here and done it all before. And that's not a brag, I'm just saying. I've done it so people do know my name. So that's why I do have a bit more, not influence, but a bit more push than perhaps my channel numbers would suggest. Not a lot more, but just a little bit more. Because people know me. You see a lot of people coming back here to say hello and that. It's because they remember me. That's not a bad thing, it's cool. I love people coming and doing that, because it's a blast from the past, you know. But the point of it is, yeah, you know, he's tried all these different things, doesn't know me, all this other stuff, but can get straight to my channel at the first video where I criticised him. And literally, like, so for people, there are some people that think, yeah, that was, first time he did that to you was 5 months ago, Tom, why are you still going on about it now? Because the last time he did it was within the last 14 days. Last time he did it was within the last 14 days. Ask Babs. Because she was the one that he did it to. So, like I say, with that said, there's not a lot more to say. Stop fucking lying. Stop being a King Kong cunt. And lying. Either stop lying or have a conversation. That's it. You win both ways, but stop lying. Anyway, so I see I will catch up with comments in a minute, guys. In fact, no, I'll catch up with them now and then go where I was going to go, because otherwise we're going to get off to a different topic now, and then I'm going to miss where we're at. So, but I find some of the fanatical support for him very frightening, because it's not normal. But what's even more not normal is people who have had legitimate beef, who have been genuinely hurt by him, far more than I ever have been, are now licking his ass. So what's that? Paid off? Or promised something? Or trying to be contrarian? Or losing the influencer wars and realising this is my only hope of a lifeboat? Don't know. Disappointing to see some people taking the knee for Thorpe, who literally were hard done by him. So that shows you the level of corruption, and you know, there are some people that talk about corruption in this movement, and they get it half right, but there's a lot of facts they fill in that are wrong, and I know this, And that's the only problem with some of the people trying to rip certain people down, is they get lots of stuff right, but they get a lot of stuff wrong. But yeah, you know, that's why I don't talk about stuff unless I got it 100% right, or can tell you I'm close, or but there is corruption of all sorts, and sometimes it's not to do with the big powers. Sometimes it's to do with individuals looking for individual recognition, who will go the opposite way from all of their belief system for the last however many years, if it means they will get notoriety. And that's always been a story of this movement. Always has been, always fucking will be. There are certain people that will turn over, whether it's from, you know, like Mark Collette or other people in the past. They go belly up, don't even offer a fight. They just go, yep, take me in, for recognition. And that's always happened. It's nothing new. But I think maybe with people like Vin, and especially people like me, I think people thought, oh, belly up. In fairness, I think some people already thought they had me in their pocket. You've never had me in your pocket. You've had me on loan, on hire, on rent. That's all you ever had. You rented my time. You rented my time. You got loyalty for free. Anyway, let's go back. Remember, I can only see a third of the comments, guys. Hey, Craig! Tina! Missy, great to see you. Dave, good to see you, buddy. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Capricorn. Babs. Vindicator. I'm sweating like a motherfucker, even though I'm cold. So you have to excuse me if I'm not 100%. Please excuse me. Slightly compromised, but I'm okay. Right. So, hey Vin, yes, Vin deserves 100,000 subscribers ASAP. No, he doesn't deserve 100,000 subscribers. He's going to get 100,000 subscribers. The only way he won't is if someone sabotages it. I agree with you, though. I agree with you, 100%. Tom, what weight is the watch rating all of this? What do you mean? Watch rating all of what, my friend? In all of what? You have to be a little bit more. Do you mean this live stream? I won't be able to know until afterwards, or I don't, not sure of the question. Linford is Hartford, 1998. Oh! Thank you! Thank you! I think we also know that a lot of people, I'm not going to say on here, but we also know that a lot of people connected with multiple accounts, and we know a lot of who they are. And this is what I mean. You've got to realise, guys, what you're seeing on the surface, people getting high and mighty with us. I don't have the money to send bots out. I don't have the influence or the will to send my mods out or people out to do dirty missions, shitting on my channel, strike it or anything else. Never have done. Even when I had the power to do it, didn't do it. I had a strict non-takedown policy. Strict keep yourself to yourself policy. But this is not how these people operate. They want your details, they want leverage, they want something on you. And they want to bully you because you haven't picked a side. Because you haven't said, oh, I'll kneel for Team Tommy, I'll kneel for Mark Collette, I'll kneel for whoever. Yeah? And they all want you to pick a side. And as your numbers grow, that's how it goes. Independent means independent. You know? I could tell you that, you know, I don't regret anything that I've done. Not for sure I don't, but I can tell you that being independent the first time, until I wasn't, was great. Being independent the second time is even better. Because getting involved in certain things, unfortunately, does just have a negative effect on the way you're perceived. So, you know, but I knew that getting in. So I'm not complaining. Yeah, I don't mean you, Dave. I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these people that they do. It's like, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about, Dave, with the star mods, right? If you've seen anything that's gone on with the Reddit mods recently, they were just fucking being absolute tyrants. And then in the end, one of them got taken off the air, taken off the Reddit. It's fucking toxic as fuck. And he made a video basically threatening their lives and everything. You know, just, they get lost in it, mate. So that's who I'm talking about. When the bigger the subscriber base, the heavier the gravity, and therefore the crazier people you pull into the center. Well, I don't like Mark Collette. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. So you can like him, that's fine. I don't. So unfair or not unfair, that's just the way it is. I like straight talkers. That's not him. So I don't give a fuck whether it's fair on Mark Collette. I think I'm being very fair on Mark Collette by not opening up with a bunch of words that I should do, in my opinion. Hello, we are contacting you regarding... Shut up! Can you ban that twat, please? This is... Right, so see this? This is exactly what I'm talking about. So I can't do it at the moment. But Dave, if you ever click on that channel, you'll see it's probably got about 3 subscribers and was set up last week. So these people are the type of people I'm talking about. They're paid. You don't come over and do this off your own back, unless you're a fanboy of epic proportions. It's all intimidation. I want you to see this. I'm not going to delete this. This will be burned in to the chat even when it's deleted. This will be burned into the chat. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. This is how they respond. I talk about having a conversation, and this is how they respond. Oh, harvesting? Oh, it works if people do it the right way. Yeah, I mean, people used to come to harvest from me just by making friends with me. See, if, like, for instance, if and I keep mentioning Thorpe's name, so let's just make up a fake scenario. If someone wanted to go and befriend someone, and they thought they would do it by charming them, salesman for 40 years, charming them and saying, you know, I think we see things more the same way than you realise, and babyface themselves, then yeah, they're gonna pull subscribers away that may retain. Yeah, click on the account name, Dave, and you'll see it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't do guilt by association. Just because I don't like Mark Collette, it doesn't mean I don't like you. Yeah, and that's the one thing in this movement that's wrong. People go, I like Mark Collette, and then it's like, well, I'm supposed to not like you now because you like Mark Collette. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It depends on what your views and what your opinions are, not on other people that you may or may not like. So, do you know what I mean? And even there, you've said what you really thought. So, this is what I mean. So, I know your statement is more of a political statement, but this is what I mean. But a lot of people do the guilt by association thing. It's wrong. So, like, even by talking to you now, there'll be people going to see, he's being sympathetic to him. He's going to join PA tomorrow. They will. Just how they think. Done. Just want to see first. Did you get to have a look at the channel name or not, Dave? Don't matter if you didn't, but if you click on the, if you ever get something like that, click on it, click on the name, takes you straight to the channel, and it will say something like 20 subscribers, set up March 2026. Yeah. But make no mistake, there's trolling, and there's that. Do you think it's coincidence? For those of you that believe in loads of coincidence, that's fine, you can believe in that. I'm telling you, they've had, the police watch our videos, you know that, but you don't realise the amount of people that are subscribed to channels like mine just so they can watch everything that's on it or record everything that's on it, looking for a mistake, looking for this, looking for that, and looking to intimidate. Like I said this morning, a lot more of you people out there are a lot more in love with life than I am. I don't give a fuck. Truly. There is no threat you can make. And there is no intimidation you can try. Whether I'm 800 or 8,000 or 800,000. And my God, you want to be sorry if I do get that number. Because I won't have the fucking mercy that you don't have on me. I will treat people as I have been treated. So, and which means, by the way, all the people that have been decent will be treated decently. Let me just make that very clear. But, you know, I don't do this to come in second place. So my idea is to grow the channel as big as possible, obviously. Otherwise, what am I here for? So, we aim high. And if we get something less, then cool, we'll try the best. Do you know what I mean? But that's where it's at. So, but yeah, so I'll remember all this. This happened the first time I grew a channel, by the way. Had all the same stuff. Then when you get a bit bigger, you get certain names floating around. The difference is, I've been there before. So this time, the people that are big in the movement that start coming around your channel, if I get to about, say, where Ben is, and they start coming around, they already know. I've been there, seen it, done it, go fuck yourselves. So at least I haven't got that. Been there, seen it, done it, go fuck yourself. There's nothing you can offer me that I want. Literally. Nothing. Do you know what? Even to the point of, I thought about doing, somebody offered me, what was it, a sponsorship. And I thought, do you know what? Sponsorship would be cool, as long as I could do it in my style, so that I'm not acting like not like me, and selling a product and insulting my audience. So it was like, it'd have to be something I liked. And it would have to be kind of either a joke or something I could make so that people would appreciate the fact that I've tried to turn it into a joke or whatever else. And the fucking response I got back was a stonewall. And I looked into it afterwards and I found out they're not looking to sponsor your channel. They're looking to have... Yes, they are. Let me explain. They want to use your channel to get their product out. But the byproduct of that is they will then try and tell you what to say, what to do, what videos you can and can't make. They basically take a stake in your channel. They don't tell you that at first. And I'll give you a good example of people that have this all the time. People who do computer games and stuff, and they rate NVIDIA cards. NVIDIA will send them out free cards to try on their machines until they don't. Because NVIDIA will only let you measure NVIDIA versus NVIDIA, not NVIDIA versus the competition. If you do that on your live stream or whatever, then they'll stop sponsoring you or supporting you. And they literally have sat down in front of the creators and said, can he say that on it? Can he say that? And the creators had to say, you're talking about me and about my channel. Hello, I can say what I want. So yeah, even the sponsorships. I'm not saying there's no good sponsors out there. I'm saying at lower levels, especially, a lot of the sponsors are. And just before I go into the rest of it, for these people, I think somebody offered to help him. I don't know if it was the same sort of emails that I get, but I get contacts all the time offering to help my growth and everything else. A lot of these people are just out for money. But if you want growth, spend money on promoting it. I haven't done that yet, but spend money on promoting your videos. If you want to get to a big audience quickly, if you want to do a hack, spend money. That's the only real hack. And produce content at your best and do your best. There is no real hack other than keep doing the hard work even when the numbers don't pay off, even when you feel like you're losing. Today I'm not having the greatest day, but you keep going and you keep trying to make it as best as you can. And like I say, if you've done a video you think it's particularly good, promote it. Spend money on promoting it. If you think it's really good and if you think it's really if you think it's really worthy of a good YouTube channel and you believe you're undernumbered, pay for the promotion. If you back yourself that much, pay for the promotion. I'm not saying there's never a time to take on sponsors, but I think unless you've got like 100,000 channel, I think you're going to get dodgy sponsors that are going to want to own you. So I went right off track, didn't I? Now, I punch anywhere. I punch right, left, up, down. You've got to understand, this is what I've been trying to tell people, and I will keep saying it until they listen. I love the fact that you come and support me. I love the fact that you're on this channel, and I really do appreciate coming on, and I invite different opinions. But I will punch any direction if I see wrong, if I dislike someone's politics, if I just, if I think someone's pulling the wool over someone's eyes, I will punch any direction. Fuck this unity, because unity isn't keeping your mouth shut and keeping your thoughts inside your own head to please other people. Yeah, that's silence. There's a difference. I'm not having a go at you, mate. There's a difference. And so, no. Like, many of you out there would like me to criticise Tommy, right? You've got no problem with that, but criticising Mark Collette's a bit different. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that? Many of you out there would like me to criticize. Yeah, so, my point being is, no, I will punch right if I think right is doing wrong. Like I said, I'm a Rupert Lowe supporter. But if he fucks up, I'm going to be the first person to be pointing at it. Because we can't afford to lose. So unity to me is coming together in spite of our differences. Not trying to hide them. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Being there now, Tom, 1 subscriber. Yep. 1 subscriber. Guys, how did I know that? Been here before. See, what they're doing is they're underestimating me because they see the number 800 and they think, oh, he's the first timer. He'll fall for all this shit. I've been here for years. I had a 20k channel. I've had all of this tried for me. And do you know what? It all happened when I was reaching 1,000 subscribers. People don't want you to get there. Yeah? YouTube don't come and address you like that in the middle of a stream. They just take the stream down. They just take the stream down. Not even for 1 second did I go, oh, they take the stream down. There is no admin going around making messages to you. There's no automated messages coming up on your streams. Doesn't work like that. I know it inside and out in terms of the algorithms and everything else and how certain things are run. I think they spend all that money on AI to have human beings going around. So, and again, the channels are newly created because they're created as their troll channels, sock accounts. So again, this will be, again, I don't want to say, there's no proof to 100% say it's who I said earlier on, but that would be my guess because look, I was talking about at the time and everything else. And if it is you, mister, stop fucking about and just talk. Or fuck off with your tail between your legs like when I made you cry the last time. Do you remember that? Open the eyes, Paul. Right? That was not even trying. All I want to do is talk. So, but if it wasn't him, and in fairness, it might not have been. So I don't want to pull the blame there. That's not fair. If it wasn't, then I would know who other characters it was. Like I say, sometimes you just get trolls, but sometimes you get people who are organised. There's a few people. But like I said, this is what happens when you see channels like, see, but I've been, he's about to break the 10,000 mark. People don't like that. People don't like that at all. When I broke 10,000, people turn against me. When you break the 1,000 mark, you've beaten all of the small channels that will never make it. They hate you for it. And bigger channels of about 30,000, when you start getting up to about 3,000, 4,000 or about where Vin is, start to take notice and start to gatekeep and start to think, oh, no, he's not having my spot. Just like the wrestling business. So many of you do not understand how much like the wrestling business is going on right now. And that's what amazes me from some people. They want to be a worker, meaning they want to be the show. And then they complain about the YouTube algorithms and how they work. The YouTube algorithms are there for workers, my friends. You want to be an influencer? You work the YouTube algorithms like Jake Paul did, like fucking, if you think Andrew Tate just went out and did his own thing and just got loads of numbers because he's Andrew Tate, you're fucking wrong. He used the algorithms, he used the search, he used everything he needed to do to get popular. If you can't handle the algorithms, you got no business in this space. I don't like them either, but they're the way that they work. Bitching about it ain't going to change a damn thing. You want to be a worker? Be a fucking worker. Don't act like a mark, complaining about the shit that you can't control. The algorithms are there to help you work them. Don't bitch. Cool. Yeah, I hear you, mate. Is that silent? Matthew Roberts. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Hope so, Babs. But you know what? If we don't, we don't. I've got what I've missed the most, and that's a community, people to talk to, people to bounce off. I'm sorry about the studio thing today. There is a workaround for it. I'm working on it. I just didn't feel like it this morning trying to do the workaround, and when it didn't work, I was like, do you know what? Fuck you. So I just came on and did this. I think this is the last time this is going to work. It's just today that this is going to run out. So I need to do that workaround. That's workaround, not reach around for you weirdos. So I'm going to have a look into that, because it should make this really cool. But at the moment, it's shite. But I can then bring you on, see? Lots of glass ceilings to break through, yeah. Yes, exactly. You've hit the nail on the head there, mate, actually. There is lots of glass. Please remember, everybody, as well, I don't see everybody in the chat when I'm on here, because it gives you a third. That's the same for StreamYard. It's the same for most apps. YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, send the censored chat to the platforms, not the actual live chat. So we only get to see a portion of the chat as a result. Other companies don't do it. Rumble don't do that. Other companies don't. Only YouTube. So yeah, it's YouTube's end is what I'm trying to get at. So hi there. What am I all about? Oh God, how do I sum that up in a quick couple of sentences? Well, I'm on the right. I'm an activist who originally came from a technical background, and then moved into video editing. Got pissed off with the way the country was. 2018 came in this movement, started covering demos, started covering demonstrations, parliament, political commentary, yada yada yada. Ended up doing the Rape of Britain with Tommy. Then went on my own way. Did a documentary of my own, did some videos of my own, took a year off, lost everything because they demonetized my channel and blacklisted it, whatever you want to call it, shadow banned it, so I couldn't get out, so I was always sort of giving up. And then I think it was Axel Ruda Cabana happened, and I just came raging back. So this channel is very much about, at the moment, support and restore. Whether that remains is the case, but at the moment, very much so. This channel is about trying to get a country back. This channel is about political commentary and also some petty little arguments at times. Not going to lie. But in my mind, for bigger reasons than the pettiness that's on surface level. But it's not a shock jock channel. It's not a channel designed to go out and push policemen and see what happens. It's none of that. But it's a mixture of everything, because it depends what I've got on, what money I've got in my pocket, what's going on in the country, blah, 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 blah. But I would just say right-wing activist stroke podcast. Hope that answers your question. And by the way, yes, I said I made the Rape of Britain with Tommy, but all ties are cut. I am independent. Happily independent. I say Tommy, Team Tommy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, what my point being is, I don't have a boss or a word in my ear or anything. I have me. Hey Carol. Hey everybody. Hey Omic. Hey Stefan. Good to see you, mate. Sum me up in one word, unique. You know, you can never say unique about yourself, because you always think to yourself, there's so many billion people out there, how could I be unique? So I always shy away from that word. I could definitely say I'm not normal. Whether that's a positive or negative, that's up to other people to decide. But I am unique in as much as I don't suffer the curiosity like people do. People can make a post slagging me off and I won't look. And I don't give a fuck about, yeah, but then again, I've also had experience. So I don't give a fuck about a lot of the stuff that a lot of the other streamers do. You know, don't get me wrong, I want the channel to grow, so you're invested in that. What I mean is I don't worry about the superficial things they worry about. Yeah, I don't. Anyway, onto a hey Den, onto a another topic. King Charles. Said to you the other day in a video, I said, oh, there's rumours that he's not going to be around much longer. Turns out the rumours weren't rumours, were they? So I should have run with that, shouldn't I? Should have run with that story. Anyway, should have run with that story. Listen to me, I'm a fucking journalist. At least I am got enough integrity not to call myself a journalist. Anyway, citizen journalist or whatever else, it all means the same shit to me. King Charles. Now, ever since I was a kid, all I can remember about King Charles was hating him. Getting older, I realised his politics were what they were. But there is a part to this country I do not understand. And maybe it's me that's got the misunderstanding, and I'm welcome for you to correct me in the comments afterwards, but I'm pretty sure I've got this right. So, yes, Charles is a cunt. Sorry, my language, I shouldn't really do this, it pushes some people away, but yes, he is. And we can all agree on that, and we all know what his politics is. However, everything that's, before he became king, most of the stuff that come out of his mouth was pre-approved, okay? The one thing that Queen Elizabeth did well, that people don't understand, is she kept her fucking mouth shut. And that was the job of a monarchy. And she did it very well, and she was considered to be the last good monarch for the reasons of that she kept the monarch there. Charlie, whilst we know that he probably would subscribe to things that he's saying, we do know that, he's not in control of what he's saying. You become king, the king's speech isn't the king's speech. Anything, weddings, funerals, anything that they speak at, pre-approved by the government. Not pre-approved by the government, sorry. Written by the government, I should say. And given to him to read. When he became king, he lost any privilege of having any free speech whatsoever. I'm not defending him, by the way, because he's a twat. What I'm saying to you is, I'm sure he was quite happy to sign these things. But even if he wasn't, there's not a lot much he could do about it. And I hear people say, yeah, but the monarch does have power. Yeah, the monarch could, theoretically, use certain powers that would fuck our government. And it would probably last all of 2 weeks, maybe a month. And then what would happen is Parliament would come together and dissolve the monarchy. So there's a mutually beneficial standoff there. You don't fuck with us and we'll leave the monarchy there. Yeah, this is the accumulating results of what happened after Charles had his head taken off, and then the next King Charles II had to make a load of concessions. Since then, we've been on this path all the way since. So the monarch does have some theoretical powers they could use, but they would come back to bite them in the arse and probably mean their extinction. So I hear about Prince William. I thought he might be the new hope, or people said this to me. Well, no, he's not going to be. You need a right-wing government in who actually values the monarch and things like that, and values the value what it's supposed to stand for, because they will still write all the... It's not just the leftist government. Monarchs have their words written for them for a reason, so they don't get a chance to put a clever political statement in that nobody notices when it first goes out, so they don't get a chance to contradict any policy without realising it. Everything is done precisely to push the government agenda forward. Yes, Mr. Starmers. So when you see Charlie and others doing this, yes, they're cunts, but they got no choice. It's written for them. You will say this. Like I say, they could refuse. There's things they could do. But if they did, you'd be looking at the end of the monarchy, especially by the left. So, now, the test of this would be if someone like Rupert Lowe or whatever got in power, And what Charles says, that changes. And Charles won't like it, but what he says will change because it's the fundamental agreement we have in this country. You will say what the government tells you to say. So you'd see a change in Charlie's rhetoric, is my point. So he'll probably die and we'll get William, who's another fucking snowflake. But William hasn't got the power. William's got the ability to talk about more now. But if he becomes king, he will lose what little ability he's got. And if you've got a proper government in, even if it's a right-wing government, they're going to give them the same ultimatum: do as you're fucking told, or we'll dissolve you. And they go, well, we'll do this and we'll cause you problems. Yeah, you could do all of that, but the end result will be the same. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. And so for people that are, and again, if I'm wrong, somebody out there, Graham Moore, whatever, you correct me. But everything they say is pre-written. So therefore, I don't understand why people are surprised, shocked, or disappointed in what the king or any of the other nutters in the royal family have to say. Because whether they wanted to or not, it's not their words anyway. You know, so before I came out, so I've always been part of the Black and White Unite thing, yeah? I do believe that, Black and White Unite, and, oh shit, I've got to get out of Sean today. Black and White Unite, and things like that, yeah? And I've always been part of that. But I'll tell you what, the left, and sometimes I do wonder if some accounts are meant to make it look like a black person, but are not, because they're just too trolly. But this one was real, and I guarantee you it's America, because you don't get black people talking like this over here. This person said, I have to, basically I think the context is they're talking about their bosses and that at work. I have to, for white, I don't think white people even consider the idea that every day I have to meet deadlines for these people. I have to fill papers out for these people. I have to, it was going on, enlisted a few different jobs, and I realised, oh, this is your job, this is what you're being paid for. And it said, I have to do all these things whilst holding back the tears all day, every day. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, the average black person I meet doesn't talk like that. But these crazy, some of these crazies in America that are really on the far left, they talk about, Deontay Wilder talks about, you know, carrying the slaves and all the rest of it. You're not carrying nothing. You've had a charmed life. And a lot of these people that get in these positions talk this shit have had a charmed life. And now I'm seeing a lot more black people. There's a fucking brilliant guy, I forget his name is. I'm going to have to remember these names better. But he's been really breaking down black and white people's woke bullshit. And he's really, really good. And he's I reckon he's in his 40s. I forget his name, but I'll have to, you've probably seen him. He's fantastic. But yeah, and this crazy sort of entitlement, I'm holding back the tears every day. Well, have you got depression? You've obviously got some mental condition then. Because your ancestors, you were never a slave. You were never told about slavery from someone who's been a slave. Nobody in your family was told about slavery by someone who's been a slave. Nobody in the previous family and the previous family knew what it was like to be a slave. What the fuck are you talking about? The same as I don't know what it's like to be a slave to the Barbary pirates. Or to the Irish, who used to enslave the British, by the way. I don't know what it's like to be an Irish slave. So, do I deserve reparations? I don't know what it's like to be a Roman slave, and yet my country was. I'm not crying every day about the fact that in 1066, as much as our British people don't like to admit it, we became Norman for a while. Still are, really, in terms of who had the last power grab. Although that's not totally true, because after 1066, they like to say 1066 was the last time foreign invaders captured Britain. That's not true. 1066 was the last time it was achieved by arms. There was a coup after that, but it was a coup staged from within, inside and outside Britain. So it wasn't a military takeover, it was a coup. So it did happen after 1066, but it was more of a coup than a military takeover. The people in this country were quite happy to sell it out to a foreign power. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? It's been going on for years. Even some of our greatest people, Richard the Lionheart, spent 3 weeks of his kingship in England. And don't get me wrong, he was off fighting the Crusades and everything else. I'm not shitting on him, but he spent 3 weeks. He saw England as a means to fund his excursions in Europe. Sound familiar? Sorry. Anyway, so I don't know. So this person, so this person's sort of holding back the tears every day. Well, look, sweetheart, you need to go and see a therapist then, because someone has taught you something that is really not doing you much good. And rather than thinking that you're asked to be doing deadlines, so what this person was saying was, their bosses should say, right, and bear in mind you're supposed to treat everybody equally. Equality is what people fought for. Did they not? Did they not? And yet what they're asking for is if you've got a white boss to go, your boss is supposed to go, I know I'm your boss, I was just wondering if it's alright to criticise you about something, but you know, you being black and me being an ex-slave owner, well, not me, but my DNA is connected to those few hundred years ago that did, or it might be, I've got the same skin colour, it might actually not be anything to do with me, but you hold me accountable anyway. Is it okay for you to do that work that we paid you to do, that we pay you every week to do? That's crazy, but that's what they're asking for. I saw this black guy breaking down a video of this black girl, really attractive black girl, and she said about dating white boyfriends, and she said the thing about dating them is, she said, they understand racism, they understand it's bad, they understand not to be a part of it, blah, 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 but they don't take in the considerations of what it's like to be me. And it just sounded like another way of owning and controlling the person, using a card to, and again, this black guy ripped her to fucking shreds. You know who he was. He wears a cap, he's got a beardy, big guy. And he rips a lot of this bullshit apart, and he doesn't do it like angry or whatever. He's just, you'll see him shaking his head. I'm sure he's a guy. Maybe he's got a life story or something, but I'm sure he's a guy who's been hurt by women and stuff as well in his life, or has been through something bad. You can just tell by the way that he reacts to certain things. He's like, oh, I've heard that before. You can just tell. You can just tell. So I've got a lot of respect for that guy. He's got a massive channel, but I'll have to try and think what it is, because he's a brilliant guy. He's American black guy, but he's brilliant. And yeah, you know, I don't know. So anyway, let's just carry on. Oh, by the way, you realise I'll lose subscribers today, don't you? Because I said about the Normans. Touchy subject. Love from Carol from me. I read that, didn't I? Sorry, Carol. Not normal is positive and negative, I agree. Journo Tom. Yeah, I'm unafraid, exactly, the whole person that I am. But that does have its drawbacks. Showing the whole person that I am has meant to people think that I was weak, because I would show vulnerability. But I try and show a full range of expression, because that's what humans do. Rather than putting on the act and we talk in a constant voice that sounds like this, and we can't do our audience is fucking heading because we're just like robots on the field. Fucking hell, give it a rest. So yeah, we try and keep it real, but yeah, I mean, I've got lots of different directions. Like I said, my brain's like lightning, and I don't say that in a good way. It just is. So it comes out all over the place. But that's just me. And so there's a level of vulnerability there. There's a level of realism there. Perhaps too real. That's the only thing. I've got to watch myself sometimes, because I can be I found out you can be too honest. You can overshare. You can be too honest. people think they want the truth, and they do, to a level. There's a level you can cross where people do not want to hear the truth. Because it's holding up that mirror. Talk about fear. Talk about anxiety. And you'll see people start to quiver and tell you that enough, Tom, enough. Because, yeah, there's more of us like it than people want to admit. So holding that mirror up when I talk about my issues makes other people go, oh fuck, I came here to get away from my problems. Yeah, you know, so, and I've learned not to do it as well, because I do respect that. I do respect that people feel like that. So I try not to go into anything too deep about what's going on in my life, because I realise it does affect other people who are going through stuff as well. So I try and respect it at all times. The thing is about Britain, about reparations, if people want to talk about reparations, I was really talking about America there, yeah? Because I just think things are different. But don't forget, Britain has paid reparations. Britain paid reparations. I think one of the only countries to do so. Certainly the only empires to ever do it. People slag off the British Empire, but the British Empire was the first empire that grew a conscience. Gandhi proved that. Do you think Gandhi would have done the things that he did in Russia? Would he? Fuck. He did it because he knew he'd been in Britain a long time. He'd studied in our universities and that, and he knew we had a conscience. He knew we wouldn't go out and slaughter all those fucking people. He knew it. I'm not criticising that. I'm just saying he wouldn't have tried it with certain other people. But I know I'm lightning rod going to another subject now. But the reason I hate hero worship, two people. Mother Teresa, known colluder with criminal gangs, didn't believe in using any of the money she got to help suffering people with medication, in some case simple antibiotics that might have fixed them. She believed in suffering. She thought that suffering was beautiful. So she built more and more of these suffering houses so people could go in there and die. Not once did she introduce contraception, not once did she introduce penicillin or anything like that. No, she created more death houses. And the rest of it went to the church. And some was unaccounted for. She was not the greatest of people compared to what her reputation was. If you think in the old days, I used to say, who do you think you are, Mother Teresa? That's how she was considered. Gandhi used to like to sleep with his very young nephews and nieces and say he did it. And bear in mind, think about what he's admitting to here. He did it to test himself. He did it to prove to himself and to test himself in front of the eyes of whatever he believed in, that he had the control to hold back. What do you mean control when you're in the bed with two children? He said it about a woman he was in bed with, I get it. Two children? The two related children? That was Gandhi. Gandhi wanted Britain to be Britain, wanted the Indians to come next. Thought all black people were cunts. That'll get me taken down, even though that's not my belief. And just look at his stuff. He thought they were the lowest of the low. He was a full-on racist. When people call people in this country racist, they've got no idea what it is. Gandhi was racist. Proper racist. And this is why I don't like older worship, because people's legends and myths grow a lot bigger than their real deeds in life. And that's why I don't ever idolise anybody, and it's why you should be careful what you believe on here. Because people can babyface themselves, they can look innocent, they can look old, and they can look like this, but it's all a game. It's all a game. And as I keep trying to say, the game is as serious as you take it. The game is as serious as you make it. And you saw what came on my channel today. That won't stop for a while. You wait till it gets about 1500, it'll stop for a little while. Then when I start growing again, it will start again. It's normal. It's normal. But like I say, you get the trolls, and then you get things that are, you know, people who are paid for. You know, I left that comment for him this morning, and I don't want to go too much into it because I will never betray confidence. But I know that. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that because it will betray confidence. I just realised there's no smart way of saying it. Let's just put it this way: the timing, compared to the Vindicator's post and everything else, the timing is absolutely superb for a coincidence. So, but at the same time, I would be really disappointed to think that a channel as small as mine, that people would have to do that to it, rather than just come on and say, come on and let's have it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, no. Maybe there's not lots of subscribers for him to gain from me. Maybe he can't siphon from me. But there's still some face he could save. And he could still say he's done it. So yeah, I don't get it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for a lasting friendship with Paul Thorpe. But maybe that's why, I don't know. Because I'm not. It's just, again, I want to be able to say, as I am now, when he says, I've offered to speak to everybody and nobody would speak to me. That's not true. And when it becomes true, then I'll defer to that. Yeah, okay, fair enough. If I decided tomorrow not to speak to him and just never to speak to him, even if he asked, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, you've got a point then. But you don't. So, yeah. Mandela, yeah, absolutely. Another one. You're absolutely right. People, and Willie Mandela was fucking ruthless cunt. Sorry, again. I'm going to put a warning on this one, I think. Yeah, Willie Mandela was a ruthless cunt. She really was. And yeah, it's too much to go into now because I'm getting close to the end of the stream. See, all these people that get this hero worship around them, it's really worth remembering. And the hero worship starts, like in these days, with a YouTube channel. There's nothing wrong with backing the creator you support, but don't treat him like a god. Don't put him on a pedestal, because most of them won't be able to resist standing on it. Yeah, you don't want that from your leaders and from your podcasts that you look up to or enjoy. You want them to be on the same level as you. That's why you tuned in the first place. Don't put them on a pedestal, because then it also creates all this people complaining about the toxicity in the community. The toxicity is being created by the people and the mods. It truly is. Could you think of all the empty space that would be between these videos, between all these different creators? It'd just be a bunch of empty space. But that empty space is filled in with chatter in groups, chatter in WhatsApp groups, chatter in Telegram groups. So yeah, I mentioned the name at the beginning. Is it Lynn? Is it Lyndon or Lynn? It's at the beginning of my video. Anyway, like I said, that person's been going around giving threats as well. So, and I saw on another channel today that he's threatened another channel as well. So it's not just me and Vin. He or she has been doing the rounds. So just be aware, this is another one. And as somebody said, they actually gave their other account on here as well. So there's a lot of people around with multiple accounts. This has always used to happen in this movement, but there's more of it happening than ever before. Go, because everybody's got a different agenda. And there are some people who are panicking their arse off because, as I keep trying to say, and people keep deflecting from it, not you, I'm talking about the people who should know better, people who I've known for years and I'm fucking disappointed with at the moment, to be frank. To be really frank. Because they've switched sides for opportunity. I don't know for what reason, I shouldn't guess, but it feels like for opportunist reasons. And they should know right from fucking wrong by now, because they've seen enough of it. I'm not disappointed in who people's friends are or anything else. I'm disappointed with people not calling out right and wrong when they're the ones that know it more than anybody. You know? So, I don't give a shit about any of this, about going and do this by myself. You know, it should have been bigger people, not Vin, because Vin never was interested, but it should have been bigger people than me taking on Thorpe. You know, I'm trying to grow a new channel, and talking about him like this doesn't do me a lot of favours, believe it or not. A lot of people think it does. It doesn't. It's not doing me any favours at all. But I'm not going to let someone keep making false statements, especially when they've had political influence, possibly still do, and when they're pushing for political results. That means you have to be scrutinised. At that point, it's not even just, oh, I don't like you or you don't like me. That is a point of duty then. That's a point where it's like, as a political commentator, my duty is to scrutinise this person, because they've involved themselves in actual politics. It's like politicians themselves. Politicians know that free speech and stuff changes when you become a politician. You can't say the amount of things that you used to, generally speaking, but you can take a lot more shit than you've ever had to put up with before. And you get warned about this before you become one. It's part of the game. And as I said, any of us, including me, put yourself out there on YouTube, we are subject to scrutiny. But scrutiny meaning people offering us debates, people slagging off our points of view, people slagging off our channels, people making a, oh, Lyndon's appeared on another. Different spelling of the name this time. Different spelling of the name. Oh, let me take it off. That actually might be a different person. So I'm gonna go and prod that in a minute, because the other one was spelt different. It wasn't Lyndon. It was Fuck. I can't remember it now. I said it at the beginning of this stream anyway. But no, that's a different person. I think that person might actually be okay. So. Yes, I don't go and troll them. I think that I'll find out soon enough. Yeah, so where were we? So you know, people that, and the other thing as well, you know, I've known people for a long time. They've known me years, and they know that I don't hate. They know that I'm not full of hate. And some of those people, I would have reached out my hand by now and said, "Come on, look, you know me, and I know you. And you're not a bad person, and you know I'm not." And I actually did in a few cases, but I'm blocked. One person who, she may not want to be named, but she did try and contact me, and to notice who she is, thank you for not running with the crowd, and gave me the chance to speak for myself rather than just listening. But even to the people, and they know who they are, the people that have fallen out with, was really one person. It's like, I never hated you. I never threatened you. I tried to tell you that you were wearing your heart on your sleeve, and you shouldn't do that, because should I be a real enemy, I could have ruined you. And you actually hear that in the things I say to you. I go, oh my God, will you listen to yourself? Stop it. You're wearing your heart on your sleeve. Meaning, stop it. You're giving away your biggest weaknesses. That's all I was trying to say. And I thought we would be friends forever, me and this person. So I know that person is still walking around frothing and making snipey remarks about me. I'm not doing the same thing. I actually miss that person. I like that person. I've never asked that person to choose sides, but that person seemed to be asking me to. That's not fair. You made it about choosing sides. You know who you are. You made this about choosing sides, not me. I tried to keep you out of it so that you didn't feel, yeah, but you chose a side when you weren't being asked to choose any. And you chose against me, the guy that you've known for 8 years, who's never lied to you, never done you wrong, for a guy that you don't know for shit, because you feel sorry for him. Well, that's fine. That's fine, but I have tried to mend wounds. A lot of people said, oh, you're just trying to go around pissing people off. I was like, no, I'm trying to get my freedom from people that would have me only do it their way. So, for the people that had the honour and integrity of coming back and speaking to me, even some people have come back and actually apologised to me now they've seen some of the stuff that's happened and realised that this is 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. And it is. To be fair, if I'm being totally fair, it's 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. They've come back and just like, yeah, we're fine. There's only a couple of people out there that want to keep the hump. If you want to keep the hump, that's up to you. But just understand something, that's your choice. I've reached out to you. I've tried to explain to you how it is. You don't want to know. That's your choice. But don't keep on the outskirts making bitter, nasty comments and winding the girls up, winding the blokes up, trying to make out I'm all these things, because they know I'm not. And all you're doing is showing that you're the one who's really bitter. I kept being told I was jealous, bitter and pathetic. I'm not the one sitting on the sidelines saying pathetic every single day because I haven't got literally any other words to say. Who's the bitter one? I'm trying to grow a podcast. What are you doing? Shouting your mouth off. You know, and I actually have so much respect for these people that I wouldn't name them. That, you know, I wouldn't. But, yeah, I don't know. People will believe what they want to believe. They go, imagine knowing someone for 8 years, and because you won't go along with the narrative they want you to, they flip on you. Yeah. And that person should also understand as well, I checked out on you a few months before and you called me a cunt then as well. So how many times did you think you were going to get away with abusing me and me not firing back eventually? So I'm not here as a punch bag for people to go, oh, you don't give a fuck about me, you don't give a fuck about any, nobody gives a fuck about me. Whoa, I've literally contacted you because I give a fuck about you to see how you are. That's naughty. That's fucking naughty. And so then the next time I got wound up, I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. And I've got every right to be like that. My guard was up after the first time. Because believe it or not, I got feelings as well. That hurt me that first time. Because I was trying to reach out to a friend and make sure they were okay. I was worried about them. And I got a kick in the bollocks. That hurt. That hurt. So the next time I felt that kick in the bollocks was coming, no, you ain't getting near me this time. I'm holding you at arm's length and calling you a cunt because you're not getting close enough to kick me in the bollocks again. That's what I did. That's my crime. Just so people understand, that's my real crime. The first time I didn't defend myself. The second time I held them by the head, metaphorically, digitally, yeah? So they couldn't get close enough to kick me in the bollocks for a second time because I was unprepared and undefended, yeah? So, buffer in. GD50. Interesting. Is it still buffering? It's just a bit awkward to name names, but just people who have fallen out with me, who have been friends with me for years, they know me better, they know who I am, they know what I'm about, they know this and they know this, and they've chosen to stick with narratives anyway. And some of those people I knew very closely, some of those people I'd told things I've told no one else. No one else. And the levels of corruption and everything else, and they still decided to pick a side. That's what I'm talking about. And that was really disappointing for me. But I'm the one that's being demonized for it, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's wrong. Because I had this done to me before. But I won't go into it now because I think I've bored people repeating it. So, Mikey B! Chirac, good to see you, my friend. According to my research, KW channel. Sorry, just reading something. Oh shit, it's just jumped. It's just jumped. I hate this. Last day I'll be using this one. Interesting. Linford, thank you. It's Linford, yes. But I think it's spelled with a D. Lindford, I think. Thank you, Chirac. You got it exactly. You got it exactly. Lindford. Yeah, so Lindford is this guy going around on channels threatening people. So if you see that person, let the mods know. Yeah, because one, to keep an eye on. There's no bite to the bark, but it's just to let you guys know that's the one, multiple accounts going around threatening people. So just so you're aware. Nice one, Chirac. So yeah, unfortunately, so it's hard to explain because a lot of stuff that goes on in this movement, like anything, nobody can ever do anything outboard and in the open. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do things out in the open. But it makes things difficult to talk about sometimes because I can't mention names, can't mention this, can't mention that. So it's confusing for you guys. It's very, very difficult. But I like to discuss things out in the open, no secrets, you know, as much transparency as possible without being over the top. But it does make it fucking difficult sometimes because everybody is so fucking precious. Fucking divas, I'll tell you, they're divas. You don't realise how much this has become like the TV industry. They're fucking divas. And I wish you knew. I wish I could just, for one day, let you see what I have seen. Just so you go, ah, fuck, I get it. It's not about being clever. It's just about what you've seen and what you haven't seen. That's it. So, and I'm talking about the media industry as well. I wish I could just show you. Because we all know it. I know you know how it works, but seeing it in operation is something different. Yeah, it's something really different. Channel name. Don't think he's got a channel. Don't know. It's just like a troller. Yeah, I say troller, threatening people, possibly on behalf of someone, but that link is to be proven. So I'm not going to say it. Right. I'm sorry I went a little bit off at the end there, like off track. But it was just, oh, actually, I said to you about that quote earlier on, didn't I? I just want to read it to you properly because I don't want to get it fucking wrong. Right. So this is that, I said to you about that black person. I think it's got to be in America because I don't think any black person in Britain would talk like this. But obviously on the left, it's a black woman who looks like a dyke. So that should tell you everything. Yeah. For me, it's the level of casualness of which white colleagues will ask black folks to meet deadlines, produce papers, smile and wave while I've been fighting to hold back tears and anger every single day. And that is the context of the post. If you're thinking, well, Tom, you're reading it out of context, mate. Come on, what's the context? I've checked. That's the context. That is the post. There's no context, other context given. So I can only extrapolate from that. You work with white people who are either your equals or your bosses, and for some reason, you think that doing the same job as them means that they should some reason understand that you've got a mental illness that makes you think that you're a slave when you're not, and you're actually doing the same job as them, earning the same amount of money as them. What am I missing here? Lunacy. That's nothing to do with race. That's to do with lunacy. That person's got a mental health problem and needs it sorted. It's unreal. It's got nothing to do with race. It's to do with someone's filled their head full of crazy shit and they need a reality check. You know? Anyway, let's wind this up. I'll be accused of hating black people next, which, yeah, I don't care because everybody knows that that's not possible. So, where have I put my glasses? Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'll probably put them in my pocket. If I didn't, then I'm a twat. Right, I could actually be a twat. Oh, for fuck's sake, give me a second. Give me a second, what I've done. See, my cat has a habit of getting on my shit the moment I sit down. So, was that the sound of glasses under you, cat? It better not have been. Fuck, where did I go when I came in, guys? Ah, I got him. Fuck, I tell you, I've got a head like a sieve. But head like a rock going round and round. I found in a hole sitting upside down. You point the finger at me, but I don't believe. Sorry. Right. Yeah, so that's what I was going to say earlier on. So I was going to say that I don't mind being scrutinised. I don't mind being criticised. I don't mind anything. I don't mind videos being made about me. The threats and the channel takedown attempts, they will be met. They will be met. And if that's the only way you can go about doing things, it tells everybody else everything they need to know about your arguments, your politics, your position, and your methods. And that goes to anybody that would engage in that kind of activity. because I've had so much on a channel this small. It's been attacked from all quarters, guys, and has been, and Vin will tell you this, from the day I came back over nearly 2 years ago now. So, I'm not letting you subscribe to this channel, really? What? That's weird. Sorry, just trying to catch up. All above and legal and shipshape and proper. I don't think this should become a singing channel. Believe it or not, I used to sing in a band and I completely fucked my voice because I used to just not look after it. So I can't sing for shit now. But yeah, my voice just cracks instantly. I try and hit a note now, and I know what note I'm trying to hit. My voice just bends around it. It's a nightmare. Done it now. Okay, brilliant. I'm glad you have. Thank you for doing so as well. She is hoping I'm going to sing a song. It's always a rainy day without you. I'm a prisoner of love inside you. I'm falling apart without Tina K. Yeah. My heart flies out to your heart. I'm lonely, but you can save me. My hand reaches out for your hand. I'm cold, but you light the fire in me. You started this. Lindford, I think it was Lindford. It's always a rainy day without you. Oh, I'll stop. It sounded bad to me, and that's between me ears, so it must have sounded terrible outside. I know how your voice never sounds. I used to record it, and I used to hide when I did damage my voice. Can you hear it going already? You hear it starting to crackle. That's why I can't sing anymore. It instantly starts crackling. So, oh well, you gotta have a bit of fun, didn't you? You gotta have a bit of fun. Okay, so I know it's a bit all over the place today, a bit of a lightning stream, yeah? But sometimes that's me, it's where my head's at. I had a bit of a bad morning, but you guys have made it 10 times better. Thank you for being on here, listening, watching, supporting, going against me, whatever. It's all cool. Like I said, I don't mind anybody having a problem with me, kicking back, anything. But these other shady tactics, just bear in mind, people, why would you use those shady tactics rather than just take someone head on? Think about that. That's all I'd ask. And I'm not aiming that accusation at anybody. I'm aiming it at anybody that would engage in those tactics. Because often it's not the people you think. It's people associated with them who have taken it on their own back. So, yeah. Linford, the fake grandson of El Forpo. Alright, I think we'll leave it on that note there. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I am Tom Fury. This is Zero Fucking News. I'm calling it a day for now. Woo!
Rule Britannia!
Don't be sorry. It's my man. Hey, don't look so sad. Yeah, I know the world is going mad.
You want civil war, but you lack conviction.
Okay. You never been intimidated by something you haven't done. You got me, you got you. Don't feel alone. Never feel it's you. It's not just you. Oh, it's not just you. We have an army.